All praise to Yahweh Shema Mashak Yahweh Shai coming to you on this Burnt Toast Tuesday. Well, we scrape off the burnt part and let's eat this truth up. Enjoy that buttery part right there. Yeah, today, man, it's a lot of stuff going on in this world, man. If y'all keeping up with everything that's going on. But today, man, we're going to get it today. I'm just going to break down Habakkuk chapter 2 and just expound on it. The thing about it is, like I said, man, a lot of teachers teach. You can come up with a lot of different breakdowns on it, a lot of different precepts, a lot of different ways that you can do the things that all my precepts, I can go to many other precepts, but these are the ones I did for this class that I'm doing. So there's plenty of breakdowns for you. It's plenty of precepts that I'm not probably going to get into. And there's plenty of more information, but I'm trying to keep my classes a little smaller than they used to be. So on that note, we're gonna get started with what we're doing. And like I said, it's a lot of things going on in the world. We need to start keeping up with stuff. I know people say, I don't watch the news. I don't watch. Nah, but you be on them dang on TikToks and Facebooking and all this other stuff, looking for stuff. You need to keep up with the things that are going on around you. Major stuff. Know what your government is doing. Know what your senators are doing. Know what your mayors got going on, because they be hiding stuff. And they hoping for us to be people that don't pay attention to everything, because we normally don't. We pay attention to tennis shoes when the new Jordan's coming out. So that's what we do. And like I said, it'll be times there's precepts I'm gonna bring you out, and there's precepts that y'all can come up with. And the ones that's online, if you got other precepts, go ahead and put them in the comments, and that way. While the people watching, they can go to other precepts. Hopefully they're studying and get those precepts and go through them. Hopefully they go through the ones I'm finna give today. But if you, like I said, if you got other precepts, just put them in the bottom of the comments, and that way the other people can go there too. So it's more than just the precepts I'm bringing out. It's a lot more. So let's get on into it. First, I'm gonna start off. We're gonna read because Habakkuk was, at this time, it's right between the Assyrian captivities and the Babylonians. After the Israel was taken away, and the Babylonian was coming to take away, being captive over the southern kingdom. This is about that time when he's between that time when he's prophesying these things about Israel and the things that went on and stuff like that, which is around 655 BC and 598. So if you want to write that down too, just make sure y'all write those dates down of when these captivities go, just in case you have to come up with somebody, let them know, oh, that was between this time and that time. Like I said, I remember a lot of stuff because of the dates, and that's how I do a lot of remembering. So, Shalom, Israel. I see y'all on here. Hopefully a lot of people go ahead and share this video. Hey, man, press the like button so we can get these numbers up. Because like I said, I'm going to open up a bigger podcast on these things right now. And this is my little garage sale podcast right now. So this is all I'm doing right now. But it's going to get a little bigger. I'm going to get a little more equipment, get more sophisticated in the things we're doing. Hopefully I have a news network out here. But let's get started. Let's first start with Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 1, just to get a little information on Habakkuk. I'm just going to get that, then we'll go into chapter 2. So it says, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear, even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save? He said, and that's the same thing we're going through right now as a nation of people, man. We're going through a lot of things that we crying out like, man, they keep doing us dirty. I mean, you got the black cops killing us now. It used to be at least black cops used to just sit back and watch the white man do it, but now they involved with it too now. But I guess that's just as worse when you seeing them beat you, killing the man and don't say nothing. hide it because you want to be on the force. Man, let me light this frankincense and myrrh. I didn't do that. Let's get this incense started. But yeah, but that's the things that we're going through, this violence that we're going through, and we crying out to the Most High God, hey, when are you going to help us? Please save us. But the Most High God is timing, and we got to be patient on that timing. Why dost thou show me, this verse 3, why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For the spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. There's the people that's raising up strife and contention against us. And it's a nation of people that we already know. I don't even have to say it. Some of y'all, some of this stuff you don't have to say, but y'all know what time it is. And a lot of times we don't need to say it anyway, because they can't wait for me to say something. They ready to strike against me. They ready to hit me across the head with something. Hey, let's take this off the air. And it says, verse 4, therefore the law is slack. I'm going to come back to that too, because I need that later on. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment never go for it. For the wicked do it, compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceeded. That's why you go to them courtrooms, they always trying to talk you into a sin, whether you did it or not. And they bring to you, they tell you, just plead this right here, and we'll give you 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. They act like, boy, they be talking about 5 or 6 years like it don't mean nothing no more. You just, and even if you didn't do it, they say, well, and they make you pay if you go against what they done came up with by, you go to court, and they know darn well, they talking about jury of peers. It's never a jury of peers. It be having one black person in the whole thing. And that some gun is a coon. I don't know if I can say that. Maybe I can't. I don't know. But that person is a house Negro. How about that? And that's who they got up there with you. And then next thing you know, you go ahead and take the case. You can bring out all the evidence showing that you didn't do it. Guess what? 60 years since your butt didn't want to take the plea that we gave you. They just want you to admit something. They just want you to be guilty. So when they go in and make a case against you, they say he was guilty on this when they know you wasn't. You had to plead the case. But we need to stop pleading the case, man. Take that time if that's what you got to do and go in there. And hey, a lot of times they're gonna be pissed off. They're gonna want Israelites out of the penitentiary because they're gonna be like, man, these mothers in here teaching the truth in the penitentiary. And now all these prisoners get saved. The one we thought we had now. Yeah, he got a release date. Guess what? He's finna go out and teach this truth. So a lot of times we can't just give in just because we're facing violence and we're facing long penitentiary, because he told us we're going to be in jails. He told us death going to be coming. If you're doing his word, you should be expecting those things. Some of us done got too comfortable thinking, hey, ain't nothing happened to me. So we done got too comfortable. But he told us we need to be expecting these things. And it says, behold, ye among the heathen in regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work in your days, which ye would not believe, though it be told you. See, it's been told us, but ain't nobody thinking it's gonna come. But the fact of the matter, he said he's gonna do something that we ain't gonna even believe he did it. Woo, man, I can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter. But he said that's what kind of work he gonna do. For lo, I'll raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation. That's America. That's the Chaldeans are Babylonians from Babylon. This is talking about America. He said, I will raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation. A bitter and hasty people, man. They bitter. They mad all the time. They never satisfied with anything. They got all the world's wealth. They got all the countries under subjugation. They got everybody doing what they need them to do, and they still want more. I mean, what else can you squeeze out of this planet? There's nothing else to squeeze. You can't. You're not gonna get blood from a turnip, man. But they want it. They gonna try it. They squeeze bricks and hoping that they turn to gold. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. And that's what they did. They all over the world, in all these places that none of it is theirs. They don't even want to claim their land. Go back into the rocks of Basra, man. Go sit in them holes, man. They don't want to do that. They want to be everywhere else. They want to conquer everything because they hasty. They mad. We're going to get into that too. They are terrible and dreadful their judgment, and their dignity should proceed of themselves. That's what it is. Their dignity proceed of themselves. They think they greater than who they are. Just like right now, when you look at sports, man, they making Tom Brady out to be this great, the GOAT. No, Tom Brady is the G-Coat, the greatest cheater of all times. He's not the greatest of all time. So when y'all hear that, make sure y'all put that, the G-Coat. He's the G-Coat, the greatest cheater of all times. Y'all forget about all them times he got caught cheating. And like I said, I don't give him no credit. Because if you was cheating all them other times, that means you probably was cheating when they didn't catch you. You just didn't get caught. You just didn't get caught. And at the same time, but they trying to raise them up. It don't matter, football, all them great athletes in there. And then what we do? Pick a white boy to be the greatest. Running backs been doing all this running. Got, what's the boy for Tennessee Titans? Big boy. And then you got the white boy over at San Francisco making all the money. He's the highest paid running back. Let's make him great. That's what they do. They implement themselves, making themselves their dignity. Hey, let's make ourselves this. Boy, I bet they looking for a fast white boy. They can't wait till a fast white boy get up. That son's gonna come in 10th place and they're gonna make him great. But like I said, for lo, and let's go to verse 7 again. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses are also swifter than leopards. Boy, the stuff they got jets. They got all the stuff we can't get. He said, and are more fierce than the evening wolves, and their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. So, and that's exactly what's happening. Their horsemen, their military, their horsemen, their tanks, and all that stuff are spread all over the world from this one place over here. Water on one side of the country, water on the other side of the country, and we still spread all over the world. And he says, for their horses shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that has to eat. That's what an eagle does. That's what America calls itself an eagle. It looks from above and it looks down at its prey. Everything below an eagle is its prey. So it seeks out its prey. And that's what he's doing. And that's what America does. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall suck up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity of the sand as the sand. And that's what he numbered as the sand of the sea. And that's what he said they're going to do. They're going to come in swift like an eagle looking from above, and they shall gather the captivity of as the sand. And that's who in captivity, they gathered us. This is what he's prophesying. He was prophesying this. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be scorned unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. And deep man, boy, I tell you, boy, they want it all, boy. They stare up the dust and then take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power unto his God. That's God, a lowercase g, unto his God. Who is his God? Gold, oil, and drugs. Caesar Borgia. That's all they about. Gold, oil, and drugs. Caesar Borgia is a face of that, the gold, oil, and drugs. That white Jesus that everybody got on their goddamn walls at the churches. A grandmama still got it in her house. That's their God. And that's the face of their God. Gold, oil, and drugs, Caesar Borgia. That's exactly what he was. He was a liar, murdered his brother, in love with his sister, homosexual. God, that's their God. That's their God. Now we're going to jump over to chapter 2. And this is going to be our class for today is on chapter 2. And we're going to go from chapter 2, 1 through 20. We're going to give precepts between these. But I just wanted to give y'all an idea of what Habakkuk was talking about, even from the beginning when he started prophesying these prophecies. And the first thing he was talking about is this nation, America. And the Bible also told us to be occupied in prophecy at this time. So we got to look at these prophecies, man. The thing about it is you start getting into it, you can go further and further and further and further. The only thing is I'll be having to break these classes down a little smaller. I have y'all up all night, and I'm trying to get the classes to go smaller because I know some of y'all got to go to work and everything else. So I'll be trying to get this in and get it out. I'm trying to do a lot better. I want to be able to do an hour, 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So let's get into this one. It says, chapter 2, I will stand upon my watch and sit upon the tower and will watch to see that he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved, when he is corrected. So he's saying, hey, I'm going to sit there and watch, and I'm waiting for him to answer me when I am reproved, when he's corrected. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain unto tables. The people don't want to read. When he told them to write the vision, but everybody be like, you don't need that Bible, then you don't see the vision. The vision you got is the vision in your own head. Because the vision that the Most High God is giving you is in the Bible. It's there. It's right here. But we make stuff so hard. We want to come up with our own vision when all we got to do is look in the Bible and get the vision of God. Why are you worried about your vision? You know how much stuff I used to think about that none of it came to pass. Nothing. A lot of it. The majority of us do that. As soon as we young, we always thinking about everything we gonna be. I'm gonna be in this big old mansion. I'm gonna be rolling like this. I'm gonna have all the hoes. But then here you are now, working at McDonald's, working at the warehouse, working for the city, which ain't bad. It's what we do. But those ain't the visions you have for your life. That's why a lot of you mad at now anyway. Because what you thought you were going to be at this time when you had that vision as a youngster, you realize, man, I ain't did none of that. None of it came to pass. So quit worrying about it. Quit going off your vision and go by God's vision. That's what he's doing. He's waiting on God's vision. And then God told him, write it down. So the next generation don't even have to they don't have to look at their vision. I got the same vision as God because he said a man without a vision will surely perish. But what vision do you have? Because the vision, if it ain't the Most High God's vision, then you're going to perish. You're going to perish if you're looking at your vision and what you want, what you think you see. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, which is time is now. Which that time is now. But at the end, it shall speak, and it's speaking now. I'm reading it to you right now. The vision is speaking now. But you so worried about your vision, you want your vision so bad that you ain't even thinking about what God's vision is. And I promise you, your vision ain't crap. It's probably, you can't even think of what you're going to do tomorrow. And then when you think about it tomorrow, you're going to get up and not do that. There's going to be a whole different order of things. He said, and the Lord answered me. He said, verse 3. For the vision is yet an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. That's why we bring you this truth. That's why we read straight from the scripture. We can read the vision. And he said it ain't gonna lie. Because we finna go into these things. We already looked at how America is. How the man that's over us, these Edomites that's over us. We already seen that, and it's happening. These prophecies are coming to pass, and they're going to continue to come to pass. He says, let me finish that. Though it tarried, it delayed for a while. It delayed for a minute now. Because that's what they always say. We all been saying that. They've been saying that all the way since the biblical days. They've been saying this was going to happen. They've been saying, well, when he was saying this was going to happen to Babylon, guess what? It happened. And now he's saying this same vision is going to happen to Babylon, America. Guess what? It's going to happen. It delayed, though. It was delayed. But wait for it. Wait for it. That's what it says. Wait for it. Wait a minute. Watch this here. Watch this. Watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. You know how we used to talk. You know how we talk. That's what it's saying. Wait for it, because it will surely come, and it ain't going to delay. It will not tarry. It will not tarry. It won't be delayed. When it's time coming, when it's here, and we can see things speeding up, it's at the end. What else how much more evil can we do on this planet? Believe me, the Edomite think he got more stuff to bring, but the Most High said, no, you done enough. You've done enough. And it's going to come to an end very, very, very fast. Because look, we got to look at, when we looking at these Babylonians, and people don't, that's the Chaldean, that was way back then. See, they don't, that's what the Christians always claim, it's a living Bible. But when they start living and breathing, they try to say that's dead. When we can see this Bible lives. So let's go and look a little bit of Esau's and his ways. See if they match these same things that this Bible finna talk about. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. Let's look at Esau's spirit, how it's been coming through this same spirit. The same spirit that was in the Babylonians, the same spirit that was in the Syrians, the same spirit that was in the Greeks, the same spirit that was in the Persian Medes, the same spirit that was in the Romans, and the same spirit right now that's in America. It's the same people who was doing this thing. It's the same spirit that been passed down. Now it's in the Edomites, and it's that spirit, which was the spirit of Cain also from the beginning. And let's go to 6 and 4. There were Genesis 6 and 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, and the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that this wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And there's the same spirit right now. This is the same spirit that's in these people right now. And they repented the Lord that he made man on the earth. Boy, he was like, man, I should have just made my people. Then they wouldn't have nobody to follow. I shouldn't even made these people, boy. Because every man that God's talking about is not the man that he's chosen men. Now he had creatures that he made too. That's another story. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I created from the face of the earth, both man and the beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. This that spirit of that man. This that spirit of this wicked dude that's over us. And God looked upon the earth. That's verse 12. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his ways upon the earth. And we all did too. We all did. Everybody that's in the truth, everybody that's not in the truth, we all did. It's just the difference between we repented and the rest of them, we trying to get the rest of them to repent. But we all corrupted. The Most High could bring fire and kill everybody on this planet, including the Israelites. And guess what? Not one of us can complain about it, because we've all committed that kind of sin. We've all have. And God said unto Noah, well, I don't even have to go that far. Let's go to 25, verse 25 and 25. There was another one in there I needed. But I'll get it later. Don't worry about it. Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. Do me a favor. Look on there and look up. I need to find. What is that? And a vagabond. It's in Genesis 2. It's talking about Cain. think it's, let's see, I think it may be 4. Somebody bring that out to me. Somebody put it on there. The vagabond, a fugitive and a vagabond. I think that's 4. Somebody put it in the comments. Yes, chapter 4. Yeah, okay, there you go. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4 and verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. Now, this is that same spirit I'm talking about. This is the same spirit. Let's go back to 4, on verse 4. And Abel, he also brought of the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But Cain and to his offering, he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And see, that's the thing about it. When they look at the story of Cain and Abel, this is the same spirit as Cain's spirit is the same spirit that's in these Edomites today. And that's why I'm only bringing this up. But if you notice, they both had a job to do. Cain was a tiller of the ground. Abel was the keeper of the sheep. And the thing about it is, when they made that offering, and that's what the Israelites about. That's why you can see this in here. The Israelites, our firstlings, we don't go out. That was not the commandments we got. We don't go and get and eat up some of the stuff. We give our firstlings up to the Most High. We give all honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem and Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's the first thing we do. But see, Cain don't really care about God, so he be walking to go give his little old grapes up to the Most High, but he eating them on the way. By the time he get there, he got 17 of them left. Talking about, here you go. So he's unpleased when he bring it to him. So let's go to Genesis 25 and 25. Let's walk with it. Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the furs came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. But I don't even understand how our people cannot see that. When we know darn well, I know we in Texas, we've been calling them rednecks. I should just push on them at school. I just put my finger on them all day long. Right on their skin, so I can see their little red dot pop on their head. It's just red. Sometimes I just used to grab a hold on them. See all my fingers in red on them. Remember, Cain was marked. How was he marked? Because why? He didn't have any melanin in his skin. That's why he was like, man, everybody gonna see me the Most High. That's why a lot of times when everybody be going out against them, trying to go against them, they wind up dying. Why? Because it was promised. That's what he told them. I'm gonna stop the people from killing you. Yeah. And the Most High has done that. Even when we had him. Even when Most High even told Saul, go kill all them Amalekites. Go kill them. And he didn't even do it. Because of the same thing that happened here. He told them, hey, I'm not even going to let them, I ain't going to let them kill you. Even though you're on the few, but I ain't going to let them kill you. But that's one thing we got to understand. This is a red man. Quit looking at him as a white man. Because like I said, I tell them people downtown, man, you have never seen a white man in your life. And if you've seen a white man in your life, I promise you, if a white person that looked like this paper walked down the street, all them red people would be pulling out their cameras because they hadn't seen a white man either. And that's crazy. But we just love to, oh, the white man. No, the Bible call him red. I'm going to call him red. And his name is Esau. Let's go to chapter 27 of Genesis. Still walking. Identifying who this demon is. 27 verse 27. And he came near and kissed, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field, which the Lord had blessed. One thing about it, the smell of the field. The smell of the field. Who had the smell of the field? This so-called white man. That's why he smelled like a dog when his hair get wet. He's always hunting. We only hunt if we need to go eat. They hunt just for the sport. Killing stuff, hanging on the wall. We don't even want that in our house. I don't want to be scared by the something I done killed already. I go in there and I might jump in my own house. I'm not gonna do that, but they do it for the sport. They do it for the sport. He said, and he smelled his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord had blessed. Therefore, God gave thee the dew of heaven. This is the blessing now going to Jacob. Remember, Jacob was supplanting himself as Esau. So now he's getting the blessing that he was supposed to have been given to Esau, which is a major factor in why Esau to this day still trying to kill us. Because not that he sold his birth, not that he tricked him out of his birthright. He sold his birthright. He just got the blessing, and the Most High had is the one that constructed this whole thing anyway. He says, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac unto him came near now and kissed me. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment. He blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord had blessed. Therefore, God give thee the dew of heaven. That's what we have, the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Notice that we got the dew of heaven. We living on a planet. We get the dew every morning, but we ain't got the fatness of the land. See, what we got first, the dew of heaven, which is what we got now, which is us getting the dew of heaven. But we don't got the riches. We don't got the land. We don't got all the money that controlling this world. We'll get that later. That's the second blessing. The dew of the land, then we get the fatness of the earth. But I'm gonna show you something, because he told Esau the same thing, but we'll see the order it came in. See, if people you got to pay attention to little things like that. And he said, I want to read that again. And he came near and kissed him. He said, therefore God gave thee verse 28, therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. See, those what we get later. I know all of us want it now. We want all the big stuff. We try our best to be like Esau, but that ain't even our blessing right now. Stick with our blessing. Stick with what we got right now. We'll get the blessing later, but we be wanting it right now. We may want to be all up in there trying to go to all these little conferences, trying to figure out how to get rich quick scheme. How can I get rich? And we want to get rich. But then the thing about riches, we start getting not concerned with the people who don't have anything. They'll lie to you. Everybody, oh, I did this, I do this for all these other people, but we ain't doing nothing for each other, man. Because if all these people had that keep saying that they doing stuff for us, why we ain't got nothing in? If everybody that you see open all in, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, we doing this, we doing that. But then everywhere you go, how come it don't look like nobody doing nothing? But I can look at all the other nations, they doing it. I can see it. I can see it. So we don't need to be chasing that right now. That's going to come to us later. No, I'm not saying don't go get no money. We need money. We need plenty of it. The thing is, what you're going to do with the money that the Most High allows you to get. Because he don't want to make you rich and make you poor. And sometimes he can't make you rich because he can't trust you with money. He can't trust you with the $2 you got. The $2 you got, he be saying, oh, hey, go put that in arms. And you be like, man, I don't know. This is my last $2. I need to get a beer after this. And then you want big money. Can't trust you with $2, but you want $2 million. Let's go. Okay. And let people serve thee. This is 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren. Let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. This is what he told us. But see, everybody thinks, since it said right there, that's what's supposed to happen right now. No, Most High God is a one patient God, boy. He's very patient. He's not like us. He's not like us. He's very patient. He's very patient. He's a patient. He has patience. That's why he tells us to have patience. We're trying to be like him. That's what he tells us to do. Now let's go back. I want to show you another little thing. This is that same spirit. Let's stay in Genesis. Let's go to 10, verse 9. 10, verse 9. This here is about Nimrod. This is the same spirit. Same spirit from the Tower of Babel, the beginning of all that. It says, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel. I'm sorry, Salakia, chapter 10, verse 9. And let's start at 8. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter. Same thing as Esau. He was a hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And that's it. This is the same spirit. And now I'm showing you how this coming from there all the way to today. The same spirit, same people. Same spirit that got in different people, but it's the same thing. Just now it's the Edomites. Because, Edom at this time, they didn't have nothing at this time. But that spirit at the time, Nimrod had it. Then now it's going to these Edomites. Went from there. Babylonians had it. The Syrians had it. The Persians had it. And now Edomites got it. Same spirit. So let's go to stay there. Let's go to 27. Stay in Genesis. Now let's go to 36. 27 and 36. And he said, It is not he rightly named Jacob, for he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. He didn't take away nothing. He sold your birth. He sold his birthright. A birthright is the path of God that you given. That your father goes and say, hey, it's your turn. You go and follow the Most High God. But he didn't care about birthrights. He didn't care about that. He only cared about it because now it's given to somebody else. Now he want it back. A little kid that throw his toy on the ground, he don't want to play with it. I don't want to even play with it. I don't even like that. Now he don't care about it, ain't thinking about it until the other little kid come and pick it up. Now he want it back. That's what Esau done with his birthright. Is he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He said these 2 times. He said, now he's talking about the blessing. The blessings his father gave. The birthright he sold. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, have thou not reserved a blessing for me? Hey, you got one more blessing for me? Do you got a blessing for me? And then he says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. He said, man, I made him your Lord. My bag empty. I made him your Lord. And all his brothers have I given to him for servants. And with the corn and wine I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? He said, with the corn and wine we will sustain. He's still feeding us. He's still going to give us that food throughout. And then he said, now, 38, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also. Let's cry, baby. You ain't want it no way. Now you want to. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, crying. Please, one more for me. Then he lied, so now we know the spirit in him. He's a liar. What is America? Liars. Same people lying. And then he says, what is that? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou one blessing for me, one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Now you see that. Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Remember, what's name had the fatness of the earth, but he had to do of heaven first. Then he get the fatness of the earth. And the wine and the corn to sustain him through that time. Now, Esau, now the blessing that he got, get what? He gets the fatness of the earth. Look around the world, people. Who lives in the best places? Who got the best lands all across the not America, across the world? Why do you think? Who sat a big continent, Africa? Who got all the land? Esau. Esau. 30% of the population owns 70% of the land, with 70% of the population being the Africans and the African nations only own 30% of the land. He got the fatness of the land. Australia, Brazil, Dubai. And guess what? God's number one land, Israel. He has the fatness of the land. He said, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the land and the dew from heaven. See, he gets the dew, but see, he ain't in servitude. See, he gets his servitude later. He's getting the fatness of the land. We get our servitude now. Then we get the fatness of the land. I hope y'all see that. Is right there. A lot of times we read past that and don't even think nothing about it. But that little thing, you make it like, oh, hold on. He get the same blessing that we do? No, he don't. Well, he get it, but his time is now. The Gentiles' time is now. They got it. That's why we shouldn't be chasing after the things that they want all the time. We should be patient. Do our jobs, go out there, work hard, keep keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, keep our bond in the Bible, and then we'll get the fatness of the land. But y'all want it right now. Y'all want it right now. Be on TV here, see, we tossing it up, baby. So you can have it. If you want it now, I wait for the kingdom. It's going to be way better looking than anything we done seen around here. Anything that we done seen around here. He says, verse 40, and by thy sword shall thy live, and shall serve thy brother. How do you think he get the fatness of the land? We wasn't made to be just out killing and conquering the world. We were made to be honoring the Most High God. But guess who was made to be doing all this? Killing. Esau. Esau. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. See, because that's when, remember, David had him in captivity, had him under his control. Then the yoke got broke off his neck. So Esau rose up again. And that's what happened. This even back then in Genesis, then it tells you in Kings and in First and Second Kings and the Chronicles about Esau taking a yoke off of his neck. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay thy brother Jacob. He said, man, when my father died, I'm going to be after this Negro. And he's been doing it ever since. He's been killing us. It's no secret. But America, boy, and everybody in Christianity, they do not want to see what's really going on in this Bible. It's a living, oh, that's a living Bible. But then when you start looking at it living, no, it's dead. They change it in a minute because it's going against all of their doctrines, man. It's going against everything they thought they knew. Let's go back to Habakkuk. Habakkuk. Let's start at verse 4. Therefore the law is slack. Judgment never go for it. I'm sorry, Shalaki. I'm at 1 and 4. 2 and 4. Behold, his soul is lifted up, and it lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. His soul is not unright unto him. And just with that being said, right there, I can go to the Romans, but let's go to Ephesians 5 and 18. Like I said, it's a lot of it's a lot of precepts y'all can pull on a lot of this, man. And I just thought of quite a few of them just as soon as I read that. Let's go to Ephesians 5 and 18. You go to that also, what is that? Romans 11 and 13, I think that's where it's at. Where it's talk about the children. Let's go to Ephesians 5 and 18. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. And so what he's talking about when we of the Spirit. When we go back, when we read that. When we read, he said, but the just shall live by faith. He said, be not drunken with the wine. Don't be tripping and going off of any of this stuff that this nation got to offer. Because none of it's good for you. That's that old nasty drink. You ever had it's the difference between drinking some old wine that's been bottled and fermented for years, and then or going to get a bottle of MD or a bottle of Thunderbird off the shelf. It's two different kinds of wine. There's gonna be two kind of drunks. One that if you get that MD 2020, they're gonna be sloppy drunk. We used to do that in college just because we can get sloppy off of this real quick. We ain't even like that good wine. We ain't like that. We don't eat that old nasty stuff. And that's what they getting telling you. Don't drink that wine, man. America's wine is very nasty. It's Mad Dog 2020, man. It's actually that old Cisco that they had to take off the shelf. Thunderbird. And what we do, we get the American wine and then we put Kool-Aid in it thinking we got a new drink. But it's still that same old nasty wine, no good for you, no good for nothing. The wine that the rotten berries that they made it with. And let's go to John chapter 2 and verse 10. Oh boy, that time flies. John chapter 2 verse 10. And said unto him, every man at the beginning does set forth good wine. See, the Most High gave us the good wine at the beginning. That's the law, statutes, commandments. That's the wine he gave us. That's what I said. But we just like that Mad Dog 2020. We like that stuff because it's cheap. And we get stingy. We get stingy when it comes to God things, boy. I don't know. That wine there a little too expensive. Go get them in this cheap wine. And what's so bad about it, God's wine is not expensive at all. American wine is very expensive. And it's that cheap Mad Dog. Imagine going to the store and y'all going in there and getting a bottle of Mad Dog 2020 or some Thunderbird or some light, what is that? What was that lightning? What's that lightning? One of them, I forgot. One of them wines they got, man, and you go in that mud said $586. That's what we getting. That's what we getting, that kind of wine. We paying, they telling you $2, but in the long run, that wine that you drinking is gonna cost a lot. A lot. Your soul. That's what it's gonna cost you, your soul. Let's go to Revelation 14:10. I know I'm going fast, man. I'm looking at the time. We already 56 minutes in here, man. We only on chapter 5. Got 15 chapters to go. 15 verses to go. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. The saints shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't drink this American wine. Do not follow these American philosophies. Do not run around talking about I'm gonna do this Christmas. It's just for the kids. All of these things, Halloween, and here they go right now finna dip into your pocket because you got to go please this girl. So now you finna go out and try to buy her whatever, and then she gonna take your gift and be gone from you next year, in the next month or two. And that holiday, what is that? What they call that? Valentine's Day. Some of you Negroes finna go broke doing something that the card people made up so you can buy more cars and buy more candy so they can make more money. And here we go celebrating. And here we go celebrating. Let's go back to Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 6. And it reads, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverbs against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? He's steady taking stuff, man. He's steady taking stuff. And Russ is doing the same thing. They don't matter. They taking it. Edomites all over the world is taking everything from everybody else today. America's still taking stuff. I think we went over there for Osama bin Laden was supposed to blow up the building, but then we go over there and get somebody that ain't had nothing to do with none of that stuff. Nothing to do with it. Talking about they had weapons of mass destruction. They ain't even much found a firecracker over there yet. Talking about weapons of mass destruction. Went over there and stole all that people gold, man. Then tried to blame it on him. It was Saddam Hussein. That's why y'all broke. Now they had money before you came. They didn't have no terrorists before we came. He protected his people. Unlike America, they ain't protecting, they killing us. Claiming to be our friends. Claiming to be, we all one. No, we not. You see, we not. I don't even understand how we can't see it. How we run around here and act like we just do not see. And let's go, let's finish that up. Woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. With thick clay. And I'm on mine that's showing right there that thick clay is many pledges. And then that's what we done. America make pledges with everybody. But boy, they don't understand, boy. All they gotta do is ask the people in America. We'll tell you, man, no, none of that mean nothing. But they still making deals with them. They fulfill their deals with all other nations. They just, not when it comes to the Israelites, not when it comes to any of them Native Americans messing. Watching they wait, we'll see. Because right now, they done brought them other people from Ukraine over here and they already get Social Security. That Social Security that you paying in your check, they passing it out to them. But then your grandmama, guess what? Her check going down every year. They giving them dang $800 a month. Talking about live off that. Live off that. But then They can come over here, get food stamps. They giving them food stamps. They giving them Social Security benefits. They giving them housing. They giving them everything that you can't get over here. And if you go get it, you better go work and go pay for it. They ain't spent no time in here, not one. They did no work, ain't picked up nothing. They ain't even picked their wallet out their pocket. That's how much less work they done did. But guess what? They getting all the benefits you get, and you go out every day trying to work, hustling, trying to figure out how to pay the bills next month. But they giving them everything though. This is your government. This is your people. But we all equal though. That's what they told us. Let's go to Isaiah 63:1. I'm going to have to get me a reader. Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Where art thou, red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I would tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiments. All my raiments. And who is that? Yahweh Shah himself. Because remember, he said Proverbs is going to be spoken against you, spoken against him. Remember, that's what he said. And he said these Proverbs will be spoken against him. And say, woe to him that increaseth. Because now this he's telling you, Yahweh Shah saying, I'm destroying them people, man. When I return, I am destroying them people. Let's go to Jeremiah 49:13. Jeremiah 49:13. The book of Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra is where the Edomites come from. That's the capital of Edom, Petra and Basra. You can go and visit those places to this day, and you can see the holes in the mountains where they come from. That's why I can't wait to get where I can show y'all the videos, and we're going to start getting visual around here, showing y'all those things, because sometimes y'all just, it's the visual. When you visualize it, it's a lot better when you're going through the word. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a repost, meaning there's people still live there now. It's not a desolation. It's not like Sodom and Gomorrah area where nobody lives there anymore. So that's letting you know this is a future prophecy, because there's people still. It's not desolate. It's not deserted. And he's talking about this nation of people shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities, therefore, shall be perpetual waste. All of Basra, all of the people that's divided, because they are divided. Oh, I'm German. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm Scandinavian. Y'all Edomites. Y'all Edomites. You all Edomites. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter what you think you got going on. Think you can hide yourself. You can't hide yourself, because you are just that. He said, in a curse, in all the cities, meaning all the people shall be a perpetual waste. Be gone, be written of. Let's go to Revelation 16:19. I'm trying to go fast, man. I know if you can't keep up, rewind the video. Because unless y'all want to be paid, I can sake all night. I'm long-winded. Everybody at our school already know. If you don't go to my class, you know I can go forever. But I know some of y'all, our attention spans on it, we ain't that, we don't stay concentrated that long. Revelation chapter 16, verse 19. Revelations chapter 16, verse 19. And like I said, there's other precepts. You can break it down. And like I said, even when you study these things, You can go into more precepts. I can come up with more precepts. You hear people breaking this thing down different, some other ways. Like I said, if you got precepts and I hadn't brought out, put them in the comments and other people can read those off of that and write them down also. So that'd be good. You learning with iron sharper than iron. Revelation chapter 16, verse 19. And the great city was divided into three parts, and the city of the nations fell, and great Babylon, which is America, came in remembrance before God, and to give unto her the cup of wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And that wine that everybody been drinking out that cup, he said, hey, Most High say he's going to take care of that. He's going to take it down. Let's go to Micah chapter 2, verse 4. Micah chapter 2, verse 4. Micah will be, you got Obadiah, Jonah, Micah. Chapter 2, verse 4. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled, and he had changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he had divided our fields. And that's is one of the parables that's going to be spoken against them, which also happened to us. But those parables are going to be spoken to them because he's going to be like, hey, we've been spoiled, because everything's going to be have to be taken away from this beast, man. It's going to have to be taken away. Man, who can endure this? How long do you think we can endure this from this country? And our people sitting up there still thinking, well, we gotten closer. We get what? So they give us something every 100 years, and we thinking we really moving. Why they steady advancing? And we looking for that one more right. We get one more right. They give us a right every year. Every 100 years, we get a right. And we still depending on them and thinking, well, sooner or later, no. You're never going to be equal to them. They're not going to let you. When we get to that, when will we get that through our thick heads? We're not. They don't look at you as equal, and we're not equal. Did I do the Micah 2 and 4 yet? Yeah, I did that. Let's go back to Habakkuk. We're gonna, hey, you might as well bookmark Habakkuk because that's all we're doing. Chapter 2, just put your little marker there. Because we're gonna go back and forth. All I'm doing is precepting right off of this. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Very simple. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? And that means plunder. Thou shalt be for plunder unto them. Don't think it ain't talking about the club. It's talking about, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake shall vex thee, and shall be for booties unto them? And this thing about it, they do this every morning, every day, early. While you sleep, they working on how to destroy you and how to keep you blind. They working. They doing it. We still talk about it. A lot of us don't put no work in. People won't go to class. Come every now and then. Got all excuses. All on their own, thinking they're going to get it. Don't gather with their people, man. And hopefully at the end, they'll be right there. No, you're going to get led astray. That's why you need a band of people, man. People around you. People around you. And let's go to Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Just a few books, a couple of books back. And it reads, Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, see it overnight, they doing it. They doing this. They finding ways to keep you going at the bottom, to keep you not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, to keep you in sin, keep you falling into snares and traps. And in the morning, they perform those actions. All that evil they thinking about, when the morning comes, they perform it. They can't wait till you turn on that TV. They can't wait till you go turn that radio on. Because they had already planned this they planned it overnight. When you were asleep, they planned this. And in the morning, boy, they get you. Because the first thing you do is turn on the light and then your bill going up. You got more money coming to them. Then you go not trust God because you can't pay your bill. Then somehow you got to go hustle. Then go to jail. They setting you up. They setting you up. Read that again. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. They practice. We don't even like to practice for the sports we play. They practice this mischief. They practice it. And he says, because it is in the power of their hand. It is in the power of their hand. They got the law. They got the rights. They run everything. They got the police. They got the military. They can do it. They got the technology. We don't even try to figure it out. Nobody even think about how this telephone works. Nobody even think about how I'm on a video, doing a video, and it's going all across on the internet live. Nobody even think about it. None of us. We just get what they give us and be like, yeah. But they practice it. They practice it. They practice it. I mean, it's in the power of their hand. They can do that. Remember, they make billions. If you got $1 billion, think about it. You don't got to go to work. Money pours in all day long. It keeps coming in. You got $1 billion, you be a fool. Your money can just sit in the bank. You'll never have to work again just from the interest off the money. So they don't got to go and make money. They got business out there that constantly giving them money. They just go drop into meetings every now and then because they just bored. They don't have to go do none of that. So what they got to do is sit at the house and think about taking you down. They got all day to do that. You can't. You got to go to work. You got to go make that white man some money. So you can't sit around all day. He makes it like that. He make it like that. You can't sit around all day. You got to get up and go do something. You can't think about him and what he doing or how to defeat him. You gotta survive. You gotta survive. Let's go back into Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8 now. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. That means he done went to many nations and took from all these people. Boy, that's funny, because you don't hear nothing about Iraq no more. Remember, Iraq was the biggest thing on the news. Until, guess who went over there? America. Went over there, robbed them under their gold. Them others ain't got, you don't even hear about them no more. It's like nothing else goes on since they done went over there and killed Saddam Hussein. Who run? Somebody tell me who run that now. Who run Iraq now? You don't know. You don't know. They done spoiled out that whole country. But see, they ain't gonna show you that. Afghanistan, they done spoiled that country. And they blame it on these Arab countries. when America went over there and took all that stuff, then left them people without nothing. Then the terrorist groups go in and take over because America left them with nothing. Be like, man, y'all gonna have to fight your own war now. We finna go home. Hey, but here, we're gonna leave you this 22 and this 38. And y'all, hey, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. That's what they do to these countries, man. Leave them with nothing. Leave them with not a dang on thing. Let me read that one more again. See, because verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. The violence, the land, the blood. We went everywhere. What have we done? We ain't went nowhere. We hadn't just, what America hadn't just killed somebody, killing people. So if they don't even come in your land, and if they don't like your government, they'll replace their president. Have him killed, have him kicked out of his office, and put in one that they want to put there. Then negotiate the deals with them. Negotiate with them. Let's go to Revelation 18:3. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All these nations done drunk of this wine. All of them on that schedule, because everybody get a little change off of them. They all get a little money. But guess who don't? We don't. We don't. All them in agreement. Hey man, we cool. That's easily sold. Think about it. Hey man, you can come over here and make some money. You can come make some money off of them. Hey, we just got to make sure they never rise up as a nation. All nations like, oh yeah, I'm good. That's cool. We get money and they get nothing. Yeah, that's a good deal to them. So they love drinking the wine of America. They love drinking it. Imagine, I bet you that tastes good to them. That tastes very good to them. So it's not even a problem to do that. Oh yeah, shoot. That's all. Don't tell them, yeah, keep calling them niggas too. Yeah, go ahead and keep doing that. Keep treating them bad. Yeah, keep doing that too. That's an easy deal for them. Easy. 18:3, let's read that again. For the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornications, and the kings of the earth, that means all nations' leaders, have committed fornication with her. All of them in bed with them. All of them done did evil with them. All of them. All of them either did something, they did evil with them, was good, till they got out of line, didn't do what they did, then they threw sanctions on them, and went to killing them, either with the war, sanctions, however they do it, they drunk it, but then now some of them back out and get sanctions put on them. But they was drinking with them at first. For all nations have drunk the wine of her wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And that's what happened. It like look at South Koreans. What do they come over here and do? The multi-billion-dollar industry is what? Hair products. Hair. For who? Our women. Israelite women. And they make billions off of it. Billions. And that's funny because a lot of our women be thinking that they got a business. I sell hair. But you better not get too big, because then the places where you go get the hair, guess who? The Koreans own those. And they have done that before. They stopped delivering hair to the black owners, and because they got somebody close. All they have to do is have one of them Koreans complain, and you won't be getting no deliveries. They will not drop it off at your store. Everybody's making money off of us. Everybody's making money off of America. That's why every now and then you look at our neighborhoods. When I was growing up, right after this, in the 70s, early 70s, Man, we owned everything in the neighborhood. It was all black stores owned by black people that we know. Now ain't not one. The Africans, they own them. Ethiopians, they own them. The Arabs, all of them own them. Everybody owns something but us. Then y'all look at the Mexicans and think that they own them stores that they got. No, the Spaniards own those. But they using the Mexican because they need the Mexican to drink this wine too. They hide themselves right in the midst of the people. A fugitive and a vagabond, remember? A fugitive hide himself at all costs. He'll throw on a whole lot of different wigs and mustaches and painting his face and to appear like somebody else. That's the same thing. And we always get mad at the Mexicans. Man, they're Mexicans. No, not all of them. A lot of them is Spaniards. And that's why a lot of times I ask questions, I get deep with them without them really knowing. That's why the Bible says, be wise as a serpent, but humble as a dove. You got to be wise in this thing. Don't go out and just going at it. You figure things out. You just ask a little questions. Hey, you figure it out. Do you know what to say around them and what not to say? You know when to bring this out or when not to bring this out to them. Let's go back. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 9. 2 and 9. That's why I told you I'll get this little thing right here and mark your Habakkuk, because we're going to be going back and forth. Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nets on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. See, the thing about it is, the evil that's going to be talking about, that he may be delivered from the power of evil, because he knows this finna come down. He knows it's a wrath finna come. So he's going to hide himself. That's why they got the starship out there. How can we ain't even go there. Y'all don't remember when this happened, because I remember in the 80s, they had a project called Star Wars. That was when Ronald Reagan was president. It was a project they had, Star Wars. They spent, at that time, they was at $200 billion on this Star Wars station they was building out there. Then, after a while, they come back and said they bankrupt on the project and they're done. Now, if you spend $200 billion anywhere building something, just because you ran out of money, don't mean the building fall down. That means whatever you spent that $200 billion on is still up there. But they lied. I was like, ain't nothing. It ain't nothing up there. Man, they got a whole city up there. They just show you that one thing, that one little station that you always seeing on all the movies. They got a lot more stuff up there that they've been building up there. He built it up on the nest. Why do you think they came with the space team? They looking, because they know what's going to happen. They looking for when the Most High returns. They try to spot him. But yes, they done built their nest above, way up there. Now where we at again? 9. I'm going to read that one more time. Woe to him that coveteth evil covenants to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 2. And it reads, Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Everybody hate this man. Even the people that's drinking this wine, they making their money, but they can't stand it because they know how crooked he is. The drug dealers, the world biggest drug dealers, the cartels, they know America is the biggest drug dealers in the world. But yet they know America will take their butt to jail, but none of them go to jail. You haven't seen not one senator going to jail. You haven't seen none of the FBI or the DEA who brought all the drugs in the country. Not one of them have ever went to the penitentiary. not charged, not anything. But yet, they the biggest criminals. Everybody hate them. Nobody like them. The Africans be even claiming that they love them, but boy, you see when they kicked them out when they started giving them COVID shots. President said, man, hell no, we didn't get sick till you white folks start poking needles in us. Then we got sick. That's what they did. And it said, the pride in their heart, verse 3, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. See, they pride. See, that's why a lot of times, that's why you can see what they do. It's out in the open. Because one thing white man loves to do, he can't just do it and put it away. Even when the Illuminati do their little killings, they got to leave signs. Because of pride. I did it. That's why they always, when some terrorist thing happens, you notice they always wait. Well, what's the name didn't admit it? Because they pride is in them. I did it. Yeah, man, that was me. I blew that up. They got pride in them, man. America, they got so much pride that when they hide it right in your face. Right in your face, they hide it. We be looking all over the place. Man, it's right there. They hide it. They hide it. Think about it. When you go on YouTube, why do you think they do what they do? They don't give a dang. They lift it up. I got pride. I got to show you I'm doing something. Look. Don't say that. I'll cut you off. But no, you got freedom of speech, though. You got freedom of speech, though. Like they said, I remember Ice-T song, freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. The pride in that heart have deceived them. Though thou dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, man. That's why they in all them buildings. They trying to make that look like home, boy. Them and like I said, you go to Basra, man, and you go up there, and then Petra, you go and look, and man, they're all up in the mountain. They got look like bird nest holes all in there. That's where they were living, man. This is a foul people, man. They just digging in the holes in the rock, and this is where I live right here. Mountain men, cavemen. It's what they are. That's why when they have habitations, they like being up there. I'd be god dang if I get my office on the 30th floor. The 30th floor? Crazy in the sun. What if there's a fire? What if a tornado come through here? See, that's how black folks think. Now, I don't want to be that high. We ain't finna be sitting up there all day, every day like this ain't nothing. You crazy or something going. Only you Negroes that fall after them wind up in them things. Yeah, I'm in the high rise. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. I asked them in Miami when they be jumping in them high rises when that hurricane comes. They don't want to be up there no more. Be like, nah, let me get the next one. I'm on the next one on the first floor. We don't get too high. That's what they love. That's them. But we be trying to be like them, though. We be thinking that's good, man. This is a great view. No, I like the view from the ground. I don't mind going up 3, 4 floors. I'm good right there. But I'm not going to be all up there. I don't want to be up there. I don't want to work up there. No, none of that. No, none of that. Let's go. Let's finish that out. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. Thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. He's gonna bring them down. He said he set his nest on stars. He set his nest above everything. That's what he does, man. That's what he does. I don't know. I ain't never been to an office where a black man is in none of them buildings up there. Not at the top floor. I don't give a dang how rich they are. You never see them have their apartments in the top floor. Because that's not their habitations. That's not their habitation. Let's go back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 10. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people and hast sinned against thy soul. They sin against their own soul. They sin against their own laws, man. The laws that they say that they uphold, that's not what we do. Thou shalt not kill, not even God's laws, the laws that they created, they don't even keep them. They don't even keep them. They don't even keep them. So you think they're going to keep God's law? They don't sin against their own soul. Their own soul. And like I said, their laws are corrupt. They unjust. Just go to Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 4. Just one page back. Or wherever y'all Bibles. Or some of y'all got them little Bible with them little words. Got 4 chapters on one page. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment do never go forth. For the wicked do compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded. Remember, I told you about that earlier. Wrong judgment proceeded. So they don't go by their laws. They change their laws as they go along. Depends on who did it, what for, and how. But if you Negro, you Hispanic, a Mexican, or Native American, no, you getting the law. But they changes on him. See, if it's somebody that's embarrassment to their community, then he might get some time. Or they'll give him the chair because they want him out the way because they exposing too much of themselves. But it don't matter what you did. Like a girl got a warning shot up in the air. They gave her 20 years in Florida. 20 years. I think she got out now, but man, that's crazy. Just to be going to jail for 20 years because somebody jumping on you trying to rape you, and you shoot in the air and get 20 years for attempted murder. Just because they trying to, because the power is in their hand. It's in their hands. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 11. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall it answer. The stone, it said, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall it answer. Woe to him that builded a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. Woe, woe, destruction mean, that's what that means. Let's go to Nahum. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. I'm sorry, I got this book, some of those books so small. It's just a book back? Yeah, Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. But some of them so small, you pass by the pages flipping. And it goes, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. This America, full of lies, and all they do is rob you. They robbing me right now. My electric bill probably done went up $100 right now. The gas done went up. Y'all act like y'all didn't see it. I've been watching the gas. The gas boy went down, and it's back up here past $3. They just went slowly back up there, like, this time that was we got to make it subtle. Let's go, 2 pennies, 5 pennies, 4 pennies, 3 pennies. Then you don't even realize what you're paying till later on. You be like, God dang it, I ain't get to go nowhere. Just filled up yesterday. I'm already out of gas. But it says, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. And the prey departed not. We the prey, meaning it got plenty to eat. Because we still all in their traps. We still keep falling in their traps. If you're not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you the prey. You the prey. The noise of her whip, I don't even need that one. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 6. Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 6. 24, verse 6. Wherefore, thus said the Lord God, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein. That's all that, man, it's scum in America. Bible say they scum. You know that stuff on the bottom of the pot. I just had to clean off that skillet the other day, man. It was all on there. I had to get that scouring pen and scratch it all up. That's what America is. That's scum. Scum therein. And whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece. Let no lot fall upon it. Not one piece gonna be standing on top of each other. Ain't that what Yahweh has said? Not one stone standing on top of another. Meaning he gonna blow this place to pieces. That's why he's talking about, when he go back to Habakkuk, when he's telling you, he's saying, for the stone should cry out of the wall. Man, the stone gonna be like, cry out. It's gonna break out, bust out. The heat gonna be so great. And the beam out of the timber shall answer it. The beam gonna answer it. It's gonna feel the burst. It's gonna answer it. Let's go back to Habakkuk. Did we finish that out in Ezekiel? Yeah. Let's go back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 13. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for the very vanity, for vanity, for vanity. All this stuff. He said, behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people should labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity, for very vanity. See, we be worried about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with our soul. I was just talking to my brother yesterday. He kept talking about the flat earth. Man, that I don't give a damn. He talking about what the truth gonna set the truth. Okay, the earth is flat. Then what that do for you? If you believe it's flat or he believe it's round, what that do for you? How free are you now? How free do you feel? Because we worry about so much stuff that don't matter. Stuff that we don't even need to be arguing about. I'm like, man, I don't know. You know, he talking about, we got scriptures. I said, well, I heard other people with scriptures that got them, that's going against that. So, you know, like I said, until I can get up in one of these chariots and look down and see what it is, I'll let you know. And like I remember Captain used to say, man, I can care less if the earth is triangle, octagon, or rectangle. As long as that's where the kingdom at, that's what we want. The kingdom, keep the law, statutes, commandments, and get whatever shape it is. Flat or whatever. Who cares? But that's what we do. We do stuff in this vanity. It's just vain. It's just vain. And we be worried about all the wrong stuff. Verse 13 again. Behold, is it not the Lord of the hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity, for the earth shall be filled with knowledge of the Lord God, the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. He said, as the waters cover the sea. He said the knowledge of the world is going to come forth. It's going to be all over the land. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, and thou mayest look on their nakedness. It says, woe unto him. And see, that's what they done. So they give you the drink, they got you falling in the traps, they got you doing this, and then turn around and say, look, he's sinning. Yeah, it was you that got him drunk. Now, what's funny about that is that's what they do, but then they got in their laws also that, like, if you go up there and you get a woman drunk just so you can slide and get in her pants, guess what? That's considered rape. So what are they doing to you when they keeping you drunk? Raping you. They getting you with all this stuff, all these gadgets, all this dreams, all this, I need this, I need that. I want to be like this, I want to be like them. I want to have this, I want to have that. They getting you drunk. Soon as you get in the fall, they point the finger at you, see? Niggas shouldn't have no money anyway. Look at what they're doing. And that's what they doing. They getting you. They setting you up, man. It's a setup. Remember he said this place is number line. They're going to show your sin. They're going to broadcast everything about you. You can go to jail and never, boy, they'll find a mug shot. They'll find a mug shot, and there you are. Little kid can go shoot somebody, and guess what? They ain't got the picture of the little baby. The little boy ain't got no. They gonna have that little nigga mug shot on the TV. They are demonizers. They are demonizers. Let's go back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. No, I ain't even going nowhere. We had 3:15, right? Yeah. Let's go to Revelation 19 and 15. Salakia. We ain't been having no good weather down here. Don't know when it's hot, cold, ice. So if you're not careful, you can easily get sick. Let's start at 17 chapter 17, verse 2. I want that first. That's what I want. Then I get the next one. Chapter 17, verse 2. And it reads, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornications, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornications. The inhabitants of the earth, we the inhabitants of the earth. A lot of us been drunken with the wine of her fornications. All the negative and evil stuff that America do, we have fallen victim to it. Homosexuality, bestiality. I'm sure, boy, it ain't gonna be long. That's why the Most High got to return, boy. You'll see Negroes running around here. They ain't got them pit bulls just to be fighting them no more. They got them pit bulls so they can do something to them. Them pit bulls gonna be their girlfriends and their boyfriends. Most High gotta come back. Cause this is what they do. We've been following every other thing they've been doing. Why are we gonna stop there? We'll start sooner or later doing that too. Everything that wasn't our nature, we wind up doing it. Yeah, I said it. I sure did. Yep, some of you Negroes gonna be in the bestiality. If the Most High don't return soon, this sin keep coming on. We keep following what they doing. We think it's okay every time they do something, we do it. Guess what? We'll be doing that too. And then call it, oh, it's okay. Calling that which is evil good. And it says, read that again. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And that's exactly what's been happening to us. Now let's go to 19 and verse 15. In Revelations also. So stay in Revelation very quick. And we're going to go to Revelation chapter 19, verse 15. The book of Revelation 19, verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. This is talking about Yahweh now. He's going to smite them because, man, they so wicked and everybody following behind them. And if you was on that train and not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you with them, and you're going to get the same treatment, period. And he shall smite them and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the Almighty. Which we read that in what? Isaiah 63. He treaded with he's going, hey, that's why he called it a winepress. Because guess what? What do you think they filling people up with? Their wine, their philosophies. See, the Most High put that together. So what he's going to do? Who's that going to Basra? We'll get that too. We'll get that and treat it like a wine press. Because that's what they got. They wine. He's got to smash out all the blood that they done spilled. All of it's got to be pressed out. This wicked nation. This wicked nation. Let's go to 16, back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. For thou art filled with the shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. He said, now you gonna drink the wine now. And now your nakedness is about to be shown. Because our people just won't believe us. They won't believe God. But they sure will believe, boy, their enemy. They'll believe Esau in everything you do. I don't believe it, but boy, so Esau say, man, y'all the real Israelites. Oh, we are? Oh, wow. But boy, when we stand up, hey, y'all the Israelites, man, get on out of here. F you, nigga. That's how they be doing us on the street. Y'all the greatest people on the planet. Nigga, we ain't shit. Tell you mean, nigga, I know I ain't here. My daddy wasn't here. My mama ain't, so I ain't neither. But the white man come along. Y'all the greatest people on the planet. We are, ain't we? We so is. What else is we, master? We good too? Oh. God love us? Oh, man. Bless you. Bless you, Edomites. Well, that's our people right there, boy. But boy, when our people tell us something, they go against us like a son of a gun. Crazy, but it's true. Seem like it ain't happening, but yes, it is. Let's go where we at. The back of the Habakkuk. No, I want to read 16 too. I wanted to. No, let's go back to Habakkuk. Let's go back. 16, verse 16. Thou art filled with the shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. On thy glory. Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 13. Zephaniah chapter 2. I got y'all kind of close with these Bibles. We ain't all over the place. We know. Hey, we ain't got to go that far. Just the small books, though. Some of y'all don't be in your Bibles. Y'all probably behind because you can't find the book. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 13. And he will stretch out his hand against the north, where North America is what that is, and destroy Assyria. What? Assyria. That's who had the what? The northern kingdom in captivity. And would make Nineveh, the Babylonians, that was what? They had the southern kingdom in captivity. A desolation and a dry like a wilderness. Dry like a wilderness. And the flock shall lie down in the midst of her, and all the beasts of the nations, both the cormorants and the bittern shall lodge in the upper lintels of it, and their voice shall sing in their windows. Desolation shall be in the threshold, for he shall uncover the cedar work. That's the people that had us in captivity, all of them. He said he's going to uncover their works. Their nakedness is going to be uncovered. Same thing he was saying in Habakkuk. Same thing he's talking about in Revelations. That's why I say, boy, I love this Bible, boy. Man, you can just get every chapter and break it down. Like I said, it's plenty of other precepts. I just can't get into them all in one day. We just can't. Get what you got to get. If you want to get more, mark your Bible up. Have a whole stack of them. If you can get 3, 4, 5, put them all down. That way you be educating yourself. You don't have to just use the ones I'm using. I promise you, somebody can do this same class, go through this same thing, and have a lot of different precepts. I'm just giving you the way I'm giving it to you right now. I can do this class again and give you different precepts, but right now, this is what we're doing. Let's go back to this. Let me go. Hold on. Let's read 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly and said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. Americans think it's better than God. Edomites think they're better than God. That's why I did a class way before. They try to be as gods. They try to be as gods. That's why they replace the real God with their fake God. They replace God laws with their laws. They replace words to fit themselves, getting rid of the old people. They don't replace the people of God. They're trying to replace the food, giving you GMOs. Now you're finna get genetically made animals that they trying to make. They even creating their own people now. They got elephant tits. Yeah, that movie that came out, they letting you know. They want to be gods. We creating life. Yes. Yes. It's what they're claiming. He says, I am, and there is none beside me. How will she become a desolation? A place for, Salakia, gotta change the page. A place for beasts to lie down in. Everyone that passes by her shall hiss and wag his tail. How? This is what's going to happen to them. It happened to us. It's going to happen to them. And he said double. Double. Sometimes y'all got to know the scriptures. Sometimes I got to just say them. When I'm going just referring to, that's what he said. That Lord, like I said, I don't have time to go to everything and break down every little bitty thing, which you can do. Please be welcome to it. Please. Better for you, better for our nation. Teach it. Teach it. Let's go back to Zephaniah 2. Not Zephaniah. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 17. We almost done. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee. The violence that he's talking about, Lebanon is Israel, y'all. When you see Israel, the ancient Lebanon was all of that Israel that we had covered. From the north to the south, from Judah all the way up to Manasseh and the tops of it. He said, for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land in the city, of the city, and of all that dwelt therein. See, for that violence that he committed, man, they gotta pay back. It's gotta be paid back. I'm tired of it. I don't even understand it. Why everybody want to let everybody that's hit me across the head, man, everybody want to let them get away with it. But as soon as I look at somebody wrong, I don't get away with nothing. And we don't even no. For the violence you did against your people, that's the violence that you're doing now. I don't even know what I'm looking at over there. But I got my head over there, but I'm instead of looking at the camera. My bad, y'all. And got fired up and talking to myself. I'm preaching to the four winds, man. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of the beast, which made them afraid because of the men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All that dwell therein. All that dwell therein. For everybody, all the people who've been drinking this wine, and if you ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, that's for you too. You're going to get the same as the people who was killing you in the first place. Because when you ain't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, guess what? You killing us too. You got us on the backwards pace when we need to be going forward. We go forward as a nation when we go back to God's laws. We can get there if everybody start coming back and doing God's laws. But we keep setting ourselves backwards. We keep going backwards. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. I know y'all know this one. Obadiah 1 and 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Remember, that's what he was saying. Same thing he's saying over here. Same thing. Same thing he's saying. For the violence of Lebanon, that's the violence against his brother Jacob, Edom, shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood. That's what he scared us with. It's like he tried to do the butt breaking. They try to put fear in you. You don't do what we say, we'll kill you. You don't do what we say, we'll put you between two horses and split you. We'll tar and feather you. We'll burn a cross in your yard. Violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. And that's like I was just reading back at 17. But if you read that 10 again, it's just telling you right there. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. 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 Boy, I can't wait for that day, boy. You're going to be going into that museum. You'll let out your little kids with you. They're going to be looking up little children. I'm sorry, Salaki, not no little goats. But your little children with you. And they're going to be looking at Daddy. What's that? Wow, what is that? I'm going to say, son, that was Edomites. They used to run the world. But, yeah, they're extinct now. Thank God, they was the most evilest creature that was on the planet. And they're going to be right up there, that dinosaurs, they got all that stuff. But they're going to have that white man bones, and we get to tell the story how terrible they was, how they was the brutal beasts. Oh, that'll be wonderful. That'll be very wonderful. Let's go back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. About to get y'all out of here. What profit the graven image? See, everybody don't understand. See that Jesus, white Jesus, that means something. It meant something when the Most High is talking about it. It meant something when they created it. When they created that means that's when they was hiding themselves. They had to change the images. They had to put the new God up there, and the God can't look like the real people. It has to look like them. So here's the images they made. What properly graven image that the maker thereof had graven it? A molten image, a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. And that's all they did, made dumb idols. We follow them idols. That's why, man, when you see them people on the streets and they don't want to get them, they can't take the necklace off. It's like, nah. Because they worship it. A lot of them don't feel protected if they don't have that on. All these rappers can run around and kill everybody and their mama on the goddamn record. But they got it. I got the Jesus piece. They got it on their neck. They won't take thinking, yeah, I gotta have this on. Thinking that they getting away with the stuff they're doing because they got on a cross. But the cross gonna kill you, and the stuff you doing gonna kill you. He said, woe unto him that said to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. Because the Arabs, they ain't got nothing either. Then you got these Negroes claiming to be, I'm Islam. Then you talking about the cobblestone Negro, you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. Just jumping into anything but what God told you to do. It says, awake to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. None. Ain't no breath in it. And that's what they be doing. I'm going to teach in the name of Jesus. And you don't learn nothing. Nothing. Not one thing at all. And let me get this Apocrypha out too. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon right quick. Chapter 14. I'm going to start at 8. But that which is made with hands is cursed as well as he that made it. He, because he made it, and it, because being corruptible, it is called God. And that's what they did. They made it being corruptible. It was corruptible. It was a corruptible idea to even come out with this image. It was a corruptible idea to even come up with these idols. The cross, the Capt, it was corruptible from the beginning. Because you got Islam even claiming that they going around the cobblestone claiming a religion that they got out of the Bible. But then say the Bible ain't, no, that's all. They what they said. They wrote it wrong, or they misinterpreted the new Bible and all this stuff. That's why they had to come with another Bible. Why did they didn't? So that means, how come Hagar ain't wrong then? The stuff that happened with Hagar, why ain't that wrong then? I mean, these people, man, I just no matter which way you go, the Hindus, the Buddhists. Hindu got that old nasty ass woman with all them damn arms. She a super freak, grabbing you all over the place with a long tongue. Man, I'm telling you, man, there's some demons they got, man. Then this fat ass Buddha. Nigga ain't sitting around doing nothing with his hands crossed, eating up every goddamn thing. Home. And our people go worship off all this stuff, man. This a round little old fat man. Put your shirt on, man, and go run around the track, man. God dang it. God all fat. This is lazy God. You know that God don't work. You know damn well that God don't work. He lazy. Mug ain't ran, man. That mug ain't left the house. Baby, bring me something to eat. Bring me some more. Bring me just one more piece. Two. Y'all going to worship these gods. I'm sorry, man. Got caught up. But that which is made with hands is cursed as well. And he that made it, he because he made it. And it, because being corruptible, it was called God. And that's exactly what them people think. They got God on their neck. That's why they won't let it go. They think they got a God. And notice that God is spelled with a small g. For the ungodly and the ungodliness are both alike, hateful unto God. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Edomites made this. Didn't nobody other nation make this. They made it. They made it in the image of themselves, not the image of God. They made it in the image of themselves. And he said both of them going to be cursed. The person who made it and the person who worshiping this thing. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike, hateful unto God. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles, shall there be a visitation. God gonna visit everybody with all these false gods, these false doctrines, these idols that they worship, and everybody, all us Israelites that going off into everything but coming back to God's laws and commandments. You're gonna get punished. You're gonna get punished. If you don't come out that, you're gonna be punished, man. You're gonna be punished. He said, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. This is where it started. This is where we first got in trouble. This is exactly when the Edomites decided to come back. They gave up their old, but if you go back and look at the Edomites gods, but they had some old raggedy looking gods. They had to come with some, they thought was a pretty boy. So they get this Caesar, they got this Caesar boy shit now, and they thinking they doing something with this. They have done something. They deceived all our people. Big Mama and them were loving them. We was loving it. I ain't gonna lie. I used to love this white Jesus thing. Didn't understand it. Even though I knew the Bible said he was black, I still was worshiping that white Jesus. So I can admit it. I know how corrupt I was. I know how Christianity made me. But thank the Most High right now, it's truth. At least he gave me that to even learn this, man. I hope he don't never take his spirit away, learning what this truth is really about, what's really going on. Let's go back to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 20. I'm about to close out. Chapter 2, verse 20. But the Lord is in the holy temple. The Lord is in you. This is the temple of the Most High. He's in the children of Israel. He's in the children of Israel. The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silent before him. The Lord is in us. The temple is us, our bodies. That's why we got to keep this thing clean and quiet. Meaning don't go in there and disturbing everything. Don't go in there putting any and everything in it, making all that noise. Even the Lord like a black parent. Man, shut that noise down, man. You know your parents used to say that. He say the same thing. God dang, what you making all that noise for? Let's go to Mark chapter 9, verse 50. Mark chapter 9, verse 50. Mark chapter 9, verse 50. And it reads, salt is good, but if the salt have lost its saltiness, wherewith will ye season it. If salt loses its flavor, what you gonna season it with? That's crazy. That's a good one, huh? How was I cold with them words, boy? What you gonna season the salt with if the salt done lost its salt? Have, and then it says, wherewith ye season the salt, will you season it? Have salt in yourselves and have peace one with another. See how the salt is in us. And we coming together, that's what we are, having peace with one another. We keep the salt and we don't become unsalty. Boy, that'd be, you know, that's some salt that done been in water, then it dry out again. And if you put it in your mouth, it only got that salty taste. It only got that taste. It's just like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? It ain't doing nothing. You just got some white flakes. They don't got that salty taste no more. It ain't seasoning it don't season anything anymore. And let's go to 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. 1 John. Chapter 4, verse 4. And it reads, ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Because he said he is in his temple. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Because like we just read at the last chapter of Habakkuk 2:20, he is in his temple. So you ain't got to be running around looking all over the place. Just fill your temple up with this word. That's all he wanted now. Quiet. Quiet. Don't come in there just bringing in there, having a party and all that stuff. You want a party, go outside. But in your temple, keep it clean and keep it quiet. Don't be worried about so much stuff. Don't bring all that stuff in here. And that's all I got for today, but I'm going to give you a law, and we're going to close today. But I hope y'all got this message. Make sure y'all share it. Push the like button, man. Get these likes up, man. Tell somebody. Go tell somebody. Man, y'all need to come watch this. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 26, verse 21. Because we always tell everybody, hey, follow law, statutes, and commandments. But we at the Battle Axes, we always tell you, hey, we leave you with a law. Because ain't no reason to keep telling you, follow law, statutes, and commandments, but we don't be teaching them to you. So after every class, we normally give you a law or a statute or a commandment that the Most High God gave to us. So that's why we do that. And this is my law for the day, would be Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. And it says, ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it. For I am the Lord your God. Don't put nothing before the Most High God. Take them crosses off. Go kick the stone and spit on an Ishmaelite, and then come back to your God. In the mighty name of Yahweh, Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah, we gonna sign out saying, Shalom, all praises.